Hey everyone, so I've made two new tutorials, one being texturing, the other one look development of realistic skin for characters. Throughout these two tutorials I go through my entire process of generating a realistic skin. We start right off at the beginning where I introduce the fantastic resource Texturing XYZ. You may have heard of it before, and so I go through the process of how to pre-process these maps and prepare them for projection in Mari. Then I also show my process of generating all the other maps which will be used in look development, why they're created, what they're used for, all that. Then we jump into look development where I start compiling all this information. We start off by building a multi-layered displacement to get all the really nice surface details, as well as including the ZBrush displacement you may have sculpted originally. Then we add in the diffuse on top of that. Then we add on the spec. We build a spec map from scratch, and then we finish off by balancing some subsurface scattering into the shader to really bring the character to life. Also, throughout both these tutorials I do touch on other things as well, like how to quickly create a solid tileable map, and how to take your displacements that you've projected in Mari back into ZBrush so you can continue adjusting them and working on them. So the software used in this tutorial, we use Nuke and Photoshop to pre-process the displacement textures from XYZ. We then use Mari for all of the projection and map creation, map generation. You can now get a free version of Mari online. It's a non-commercial, but it's still got all of the bells and whistles you would need to follow along with this tutorial. So I'll link that below. And if you use Mudbox for texturing and not Mari, and you want to continue using Mudbox, a lot of the methods that I used through the texturing tutorial should definitely relate over to Mudbox, so that'd be fine. And then I do my lighting in Maya, so I show my lighting process, and then I use Arnold for the rendering, and I specifically use AL shaders, which I'll also link below, but that's a free plugin which you can download and then implement into Arnold and take full advantage of all their nodes and stuff like that. So throughout this entire tutorial there are no time lapses. I do skip at some points. For example, when I'm texturing one of the ears, because texturing the ear is a bit of a process, I do one and then I stop the video and then I did the other one without having to show the exact same process again. So I do skip a few times, but it's only when it's information which I deem not necessary, like you're not missing out on the process basically. So I hope you find this tutorial useful, and yeah, you can go check it out on my Gumroad. I'll link it down the bottom. I also have other tutorials on there about how I do my eyes and how I do like hard surface look development, which is quite different to how I do my skin look development. So yeah, there's a bunch of stuff there. Go check it out, and your support's really appreciated, and the support I get through these tutorials means the more tutorials that I can make like this and share with the community. So yeah, thanks.